Hello, everyone. It's William here at Allegory Gallery. And wow, it's been a day. How are you all? Today's a Let's Chat day, and that is because I have been busy all day long. There have been a lot of people in. It was not a big sale day. That sometimes happens, but there were a lot of people in, and I got to talk to a lot of people. I had some appointments today. I spent the morning doing the office stuff, the stuff that is not fun, but everybody who has a business has to do it, that kind of thing. So I spent the morning doing that. What else did I do? I worked on some posts and some emails and some things getting ready to go out. I had an appointment with someone who I'm doing their website and talk some more about that. This is one of her pieces that's going to go on the website I made for her. Isn't that beautiful? Her name is Carol Hager, and she has a website now called Magnolia Tulip. And this will be one of the pieces on there. So she makes jewelry. She's in town here. I've helped her build a website. So that's what I'm doing. Hi, Harry. Thanks for joining us. So this is a Let's Chat day. And what that means is we're not going to be showing you any product. We're not going to be necessarily doing any demonstrations, though who knows what we'll get into. But it's a day where we get to know you and you get to know us. You can ask questions in the comment section. You can let us know more about yourself in the comment section. Here at Allegory Gallery, if you don't already know, community is one of the most important things to us. And so sometimes we spend these days just getting to know you. We're not trying to push anything on you. We're not trying to sell you anything. We're just here to get to know you and allow you to get to know some fellow beaders and makers. And so in the comments, if you can see comments where you're at, you can chat with people, and I will be speaking some of the comments because we stream to Facebook and YouTube. If you're on Facebook, you may not see the YouTube comments and vice versa. So I will be talking the comments out loud, and we can just hang out, talk to one another. If you are joining us, please don't be shy. Please feel free to say something in the comments, say hello, let us know where you're tuning in from, what's going on with your day, what you've been doing. I've been crazy busy, as I said, right up until the end here, which is another reason this is a Let's Chat, because it's easy for me. It's one of those things we like to do anyway, every once in a while. And sometimes, when business is slower, it's hard to, in my brain, say, okay, we're just going to take a pause and we're going to do a Let's Chat day. But when it's this busy, like it was today, again, not a big selling day, but busy with people, busy with appointments, I run out of time. So I ran out of time to do anything else, but that forces me to do a Let's Chat day. Not that I need force, but it pushes me there without having to second guess it. So we're going to do Let's Chat day today. Let's see who's with us. I know Harry's here. June is with us here. Sorry, I'm on my bouncy stand, and the more I try to move this, or the more I try not to move it, the more I feel like I'm moving it. Let me see if I can move it up here. Maybe this will be a little bit better. Okay, so Lorraine is with us. Hello, Lorraine. Hello, June. We have Facebook user. Hello from insanely hot Florida. Is that Sandra? Or who might that be coming in from Florida? If you show up like this, to me, it says Facebook user. I don't know if it may be in this corner for you or this corner for me. That means that StreamYard doesn't recognize you for some reason. And so you can go to StreamYard.com. That's who we stream with. StreamYard.com/Facebook. And you can re-authenticate yourself or authenticate yourself for the first time. Every once in a while, that goes away. And it seems like it goes away for some people more than others. So sometimes you have to redo it. Let's see here. Norma is with us. Hello, Norma. Bonnie is with us. Hello. There's Sweet Pea Gemstone. Sandra there. Hello, Susan, our neighbor. Oh, it's Susie. Susie is with us. Hello, Susie. Hello, Amanda. So if you're out there, please say hi in the comments. please let us know like where you're tuning in from maybe, or what you've been up to today. These Let's Chats, I try to not hog all the talking time. So the more you give me to talk about, we can talk about your stuff too, all right? Instead of just me. Harry says, I put a new necklace in the calendar album. I also started many new cat pieces in clay, a frog girl and a duck man and a bowl. Edited my Etsy shop some more. Nice. Yeah, I saw the pieces that you had said you made yesterday, and I think you were drying them today. I saw those, so that's awesome. I saw that just before I got on here. There, Susie, now I can see you. See? Now you show up. So Florida's hot, right? It's hot here. It's 87 degrees. Our humidity was high today for most of the day, but it seems like the humidity has gone away a little bit, dare I say it, here in the afternoon, late afternoon. And there was a little bit of a breeze. So it actually was not too bad here at the end, but I think it's supposed to rain here soon, maybe, I don't know. Somebody mentioned that, and that usually kicks the humidity up. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, so I'm doing this live. Like I said, in the morning I did some paperwork and bill paying and all that not so fun stuff. Dropped some mail off, and then I've been here. I've been trying to write some posts and write some emails, but there have been a lot of people in. It's a big foot traffic day. Selling wise, not so much. I think I had one sale, 2 sales maybe. 2 sales, I think, all day. But lots of people from all over the place. And then I'm doing this live. I got to go home and feed the kittens. If Andrew didn't, he might be sleeping. I don't know. He was up all night and could not sleep. So he's like, I hope I can sleep this afternoon. So hopefully he's getting some rest, or has at least gotten some rest. And I'm going to go home and feed the kittens. And then some of the people who were here at the end of the day, they're going to be around for the weekend. Well, for tomorrow and Saturday, but they have some other things and they want to make a bracelet. So I told them that I would open the store back up here around 7 p.m. tonight, and they're maybe going to come back. 2 women from Ohio, and they were in New York City. They're driving back. They just stopped around. They have an Airbnb here, so they're exploring and going hiking, and it's a beautiful place to go hiking here. So they want to make a bracelet, so they're going to come back and make a bracelet maybe. So that is going to be fun. I'm going to have fun doing that. My aunt stopped in today, my Aunt Deb. I haven't seen her for a while. Sometimes I see her at baseball games, my nephew's baseball games, but it has been a while since I've seen her. She brought me a little bit of pizza today, so I had a little bit of pizza for lunch. That was nice, and got to chat with her and catch up a little bit. She's been busy, mostly going to baseball games, but she just retired last year, and so she had to go. I'm trying to remember what it was today. I think she has to take her car. She had to take her car to the dealership. She went to the bank, and of course it would happen to her. She was using an ATM. It wasn't actually the bank. It was an ATM from the bank in another store. And she says, I went to get my money out and I hit everything, and there was this big bang in the machine and it went dead. And so she's like, my card. And then she said, I didn't think the transaction went through, but it actually did go through. So she had to go and file at the bank thing for the transaction, that she didn't actually get her money. And it never went through. And so she was just in town doing that. And she doesn't live too far away, but it's like kind of far enough that she doesn't get here very often. But she's going to try and wrangle up my mom and my niece maybe, and come down and make some stuff here sometime. So that'll be nice. Do some lunch and get to hang out with them a little bit more. So that was nice. Let's see what's going on with all of you out there. Lorraine says it's 91 here that's Massachusetts, right? MA, Massachusetts or Maine? Which one is that? I'm awful with, I used to be really good. ME is Maine, that's Massachusetts, right? Yeah, I think so. I should know where all you are. I used to have that in my brain when I did more of the shipping. I would see your addresses all the time, but I don't always see them now so much. And I lose it. If I don't use it, I lose it. Norma says 88 degrees here. It was rainy and humid earlier, but now it's cloudy and less humid. Still too hot though. I had 2 different people here today from Kentucky. 2 different sets of people, which was crazy. But they were here visiting, and I was telling them that we made our trip down to Kentucky, and yeah, there's not much to say about that trip. We picked up some machinery, but we really enjoyed the time there. Let's see here. Lorraine says, nice. Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice day. Harry says, 76 here in Des Moines. Nice weather today. I've been slow cooking a chuck roast with broth with carrots. Sounds good. Sounds good. Humidity index 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit, says Amanda. Wind starting up, storms overnight, so hopefully it is nicer tomorrow. 100.4. Aren't y'all supposed to be cool up there? I don't know. I always thought moving north to Canada would be nice because it's usually colder or cooler, but y'all have been having some warm weather. Whereas it's Massachusetts. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Amanda says, just saw some baby wild turkeys running around with parents watching them. It was so cute. Yeah, up at my grandmother's, my grandparents' house, which my brother now has, there were always wild turkeys and wild deer, and you would see the babies every year. It was so cute. Hello, Liz. Liz from Michigan, wet and hot. Yeah, it's not so wet here today. It's been pretty dry. We haven't had rain. The humidity is like I feel damp. I'm going to use the M word. I feel moist, but I have the air on in here. I had the door open though most of the day because it's a thing that if you have your door shut, people don't come in. And sometimes when you have the air conditioning on, I have the door shut if it gets really, really hot. But I've noticed that it's like that one little barrier. If your door is shut, people don't come in. So I had it open all day, and I had people all day. Now, sometimes when you have the door shut, the people who do come in are the people who really want to come in, and they're like makers and beaders. And so maybe that's why I was more busy with foot traffic today and not so many sales. But it's good to, talk to people, let people know we have classes. We have some people who might come back for classes, so that's great. Had some really nice women at the end of the day here, as well as the 2 that are coming back. We were all chatting and having a good time together. I got called the gem of the store. How about that? But anyway, yeah, so it was really nice. Bonnie says, oops, sorry, it just all jumped. Nice weather here in Minnesota, but struggled with my headaches and tight chest. Hanging in and taking time to watch. Thank you for watching. Sorry you're struggling with that. Headaches. Andrew's been having headaches lately, but it's no, what's the word I'm trying to say? No surprise, because the weather is changing so much and he gets sinus and headaches whenever the pressure changes. So he's been having headaches. I've been okay so far, knock on wood, but in tight chest, that's no good. That's no good. So sorry you're dealing with that, but hopefully things work out better soon. Cheryl says, hi all, gorgeous 71 degrees here today. It's Fahrenheit, love it. Headed to a concert in Milwaukee with my daughter soon, so I'll catch your live tomorrow. Nice. Tomorrow, I think Andrew's gonna have to do the live because I'm gonna be filming with Jen. Gotta wake up at the a crack of dawn. For me, I have to be at the vet. We have to be at the vet by 8:15 tomorrow morning. And for me, that's when I go to bed at 3 or 4 in the morning. That's early. So I'm going to have to try and get to sleep. Maybe I'll take some Benadryl, knock myself out tonight or something. Have to get some sleep tonight so I can get up early, take the cats to the vet. And then I have an appointment with Carol, actually, who I'm doing her website. She's submitting some artwork for a museum show, and she also does paintings and stuff. So I help her take pictures of her paintings and get them to the right formats, because she's not a technology person. So I do that and I help her with that. So I'm going to do that tomorrow around noon. And then after we close the store tomorrow, Jen and I are going to go up to the cottage and do the filming of the Saturday morning tutorial. So we're going to film tomorrow night, And then I have to run home. Boy, my hair's getting wild. I have to, excuse me, run home after the filming, edit it right away, and then submit it and hope that YouTube gets it up there and all ready for 8:30 a.m. Saturday morning. But there will be a Saturday morning tutorial unless something happens tomorrow, and it doesn't happen. Yeah, so that's my tomorrow. That's the day. Usually I try and take a little bit of some time off, but that is my time off. That's my errands. I'm doing work for another job I do. I'm doing work for the kittens, and doing some work for here, which is normal. So Cheryl, have a good time at the concert. I don't know what the concert is, but have a good time. Enjoy it. I like Milwaukee a lot. When we used to go there for Bead Fest, Bead and Button. I really like the city. Harry says, we have 7 outdoor cats, 2 adults, and 5 wild little kittens. I am too old to chase them down. I know. We just have the 3 in the house, and they are getting to the age where they know they have legs, and they know that they're fast, and they know how to run between our legs and avoid being caught. And they're getting a little bit wild. Andrew almost got an eye scratched out by Tallulah. Tallulah had to go in timeout for a little bit. She was getting too wild yesterday. But yeah, they're coming into their own, and they are fast little things. And they're easy. They hide. They can hide easily under anything. Let's see here. Liz is glad you had traffic in store today. Yeah, it's nice to, even when the traffic is they're not shoppers, it is nice to see people in town, because that means that, that's all good. That's good news when people are around, at least, even if they're not shopping with us, they're around, they're starting to come back into town. That's a good thing. Amanda says, this is way too hot. It's not normal. Yeah, that's what I thought, because I don't know about that. I always wanted to go to Canada because it was cooler. I would never convince Andrew because he does not like the cold. And the winters are cold. But yeah. Hello, Suzanne. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you here. Kathleen says, we've been having a lot of rain, which is great after the fires here in Nova Scotia, but today it was 27 Celsius, so very warm. Yeah, that's what, probably around 86 or so. It's probably around what we are here. I don't know what that is in. We're at 85 right now, so it's probably close to that, because I know like 30 is around 90. I remember that from being in France, because of course they only had Celsius, and I had to figure out how much that was, and I had no internet. I can't imagine. It's just a few years ago. It was more than a few years ago. It was like 20 years ago. That's crazy. It's been like 20 years since I was in France, and in college, which is wild to me to even think about that. But yeah, 20 years ago, didn't have a cell phone that could do everything. iPhones weren't invented for another 5 years. And so no internet. I did go to an internet cafe at one point to do an email or two, but of course the keyboard was in French. French, different letters are moved on the keyboard in different places. They don't have the QWERTY keyboard. I think it's AZERTY is what they have. Anyway, yeah, so I had to try and type. I did the hunt and peck. And so, but anyway, I had to translate Celsius, and I figured it out that it was around 90 or so. Everyone's saying hi to Suzanne. Valiant Thor is at work, random channel surfing, having lunch, drinking a lot of beer, and saving the world. Sounds like a good plan. Sounds like a good plan. Thanks for joining us. Bonnie says, love seeing your childhood pictures. So fun. Yeah, it was fun to, I think my phone, I just want to make sure. There we go. My phone was just about to pop out of the little thing here. Yeah, I've been having fun going through the albums. It was mostly because my grandmother's birthday was on the 4th of July, and I was going through albums, trying to find pictures, mostly trying to find pictures of the no-bake cheesecakes that we used to make her. And for some reason, I can hardly find any. So I don't know why, because my grandmother like took pictures of everything usually, but I found one and that worked. But you know, you don't just look for that and not see everything else. So my grandmother had albums and albums and albums of pictures every year. There's pretty much an album for it. And I love going through them. She passed away now 5 years ago. Has it been that long? I think 6 years ago, which is crazy to think. Like, that can't even be. I must be wrong. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. It's at least 5 years ago. 18, 19, 20, 22, 23. Maybe 5 years. I don't like to keep the death dates in my brain. I'm not like that. But yeah, it's still hard for me to go through them, but I was finding good pictures and I was happy about that. Yeah, I don't know. Bonnie says, love those no-bake cheesecake with cherries. Sorry to remember missing her on the 4th. Yeah, yeah, it was her birthday on the 4th. And the 4th of July to us was more about her birthday. And as my mom said, like we always used to say, the whole country's celebrating with you. And so for me, the 4th of July is totally different, I think, than for a lot of people. It was always just a time to celebrate her life. And that's what I was trying to do, you know, a little bit on the 4th here when we took the day off a little bit. But yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. What else is going on? What else is happening? I don't know. What else do you have all going on? Valiant Thor's investigating the tourist submersible that imploded during the dive. Yeah, wasn't that something crazy? I have some thoughts about that, but I don't know. I don't know. Things people do, I guess. I just sometimes wish I had the money to be able to do those things that some people do. But alas, we do not. Yeah, it's crazy. But what else is going on in life? I don't know. What's happening? What's happening with you all? Anything exciting? Anything going on? Anybody doing anything special this weekend? Like I said, this is a chat. I want to hear from you, not just me telling you things. This is where you get to take part in the talk. If you don't, then I just say, okay, we're done. We're done. Everybody's tired. I'm a little sleepy today. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Not at all. We were up playing with the kittens a lot. I played with the kittens for a long time last night. We were playing. They are so cute when they get wild sometimes, even though they're bad when they get wild. But yeah, I was playing with kittens, made some dinner. We had spaghetti, and I incorporated our leftover stir-fry vegetables into the spaghetti. I think it was okay. Filled out some paperwork last night. Bonnie says, had a nice 4th at the cabin, saw lots of wildlife, and enjoyed my 2 boys and my grand dog. Nice. That's awesome. Probably didn't have all the fireworks either. We surprisingly did not hear fireworks over the 4th, which is insane to me. It's kind of good because our one cat is crazy anxious when it comes to that. But we've been using those Fellaway or something like that, they're little scent things for cats. And the scent is supposed to be the same scent that cats get when they do that rubbing on you, that little side rub, when they mark you like that. That's what this scent is supposed to be. And it's amazing how well it seems to be working. Because he has, like, the little bit of fireworks we did have, normally he would run under the bed with thunder and fireworks. He's just been kind of chill. And with the kittens, he's just been more chill lately. So I'm like, we got to get these for all over the house. We only bought 2, and we used them once, and it was okay. But we used them upstairs and downstairs. So I have one upstairs in the room he's usually in and one downstairs. But we put both of them downstairs now, and he's much more chill than he was before even. So these are not cheap, but it's better, I think, I hope, better to spend the money on that than use drugs, because they were talking about Prozac, I think it was Prozac. But I think that can be harmful to kidneys in cats if and we want to do, because our other two passed away because of kidney stuff, and it wasn't anything like they just didn't have a kidney on one side, but or at least had a very small one, probably non-functioning. And we don't know if Paolo did or not, because he had the same problem, but he had a lot of issues that way. But yeah, I'd rather not give them medication if we don't have to. So I think we're going to have to get the Fellaway things all over the house, probably. And every 30 days. They run out in 30 days. And it's like 30 days, because I checked the other ones, I'm like, they're done. It's been 30 days, they're done. Because I could see him getting a little more anxious again at one point. And I'm like, okay, this is working, but we need to keep it stocked up. Sandra says Fellaway is great. Yeah, I think they're really working for him, thank goodness. Bonnie says there were some fireworks, but they stopped at 10. That's good. Valiant Thor is currently eating jumbo butterfly shrimp, lightly sauteed in a white wine sauce. That sounds very good. Before I went vegetarian, that would definitely be a meal for me. But nothing. No meat now. No meat now. Norma says, I was going to try to learn the dragon scale chainmail, but I don't have the smaller of the two jump ring sizes and don't feel up to making my own. I get that. I don't know what the dragon scale is. I might know it if I saw it, but I don't know it by name. But yeah. Again, I'm at a point this week that I'm kind of, I want to be like, kind of done with this week. I'm ready for maybe I don't know. I had a relaxing day, kind of. It was emotional on Tuesday, but yeah, I kind of just want a day where I just decompress, maybe do some, what do they call that? When you do the, what's it called? When you do the primal screaming. I feel like I need to primal scream or something, just to get it all out. It's been quite a week. Hey Barbara, thank you for joining in. Good to see you here. It says it's been a minute. Yeah, I don't think I've seen you here in a while. Kathleen says, do you feel different now that you are vegan? We're not vegan. We're vegetarian only. Which, do I feel different? I don't know. I don't know that I feel different. I don't feel worse. Do I feel better? I don't know that I feel better. There really hasn't been a change in the feeling. I just do it because I don't want to eat the animals. If I don't have to eat the animals, I don't need to eat the animals. Andrew does it more for health, and he does seem to feel better. But then again, like, we could be eating good vegetarian, but we're more eating like sometimes junk food vegetarian. So you replace, like a steak and potatoes with pizza, or, so the stuff we're eating, could be leaner, could be better for us maybe, but we still find the junk food just like we did before. It's just now no meat in the junk food anymore. So I don't know. I feel better that I'm not killing things. That's just me. That's my personal thing. That has nothing to do with anybody else. I don't push that on anybody, but I just feel better that I'm not doing that. I release bugs and things out into the wild when I find them in the house. So that's just me. Norma says, dragon scale is cool looking, but also complicated looking. I think most chainmail looks complicated to me. The thing that Jen did, I was looking at, I'm like, I'd have no idea how she did this until I watched the tutorial. And I was like, okay. And I had to watch, like, it took me a while, a few tries as she, or a few examples as she went through it over and over again for me to be like, okay, I kind of see it. But I didn't try it. I should try it on my William Tries Things page. I should try more stuff. But life, I would like to do all the things, but sometimes time or money, right? They say when you have time, you don't have money, or when you have money, you don't have time. Sometimes you don't have either of those two things. So there you go. But yeah. How's everyone doing? Kathleen says, oh my God, my brother got into primal screaming way back in the house screaming, thought my mom was going to beat him. Yeah, I just want to go out into like the edge of a cliff and primal scream. But then me and my anxiety, I'm like, if I start screaming somewhere on a cliff, people are going to come running thinking that somebody's dying. And then I'll have to explain that, no, sorry, you ran here for nothing. I'm just primal screaming. And that's a little embarrassing, maybe. I don't know. So that's my anxiety. Even my anxiety keeps me from primal screaming. So I'm like, somebody's going to hear and think somebody's in danger. And they're going to call the cops. And I'm going to have to explain that I'm just primal screaming. So yeah, that's that. Anxiety can get the best of you sometimes for everything. Like there's like nothing that anxiety can't like put a damper on in my life, including primal screaming. But try to do the best we can, right? We try to do the best we can. Take our meds, cut out the stuff we need to cut out, and do the best we can, right? Bonnie says, I like the banging of drums. Yeah, drumming is cool. There's a drumming circle, I think, around here. I need to get more in touch with that. I don't know if I would do that or not. Maybe a dancing drumming circle and a primal screaming dancing drumming circle. That could be fun. I don't know. I feel like I need all the ways to release energy sometimes. You ever feel like that? Where you need to release the energy all the ways? Dance it out, scream it out, bang it out, drum it out. Yeah, it's one of those things. But yeah, sometimes. But today's a good day. Today's a pretty good day. Kind of chill. I had a little bit of coffee today. I think I have a little bit. I think this is. I have coffee, a little bit left over from yesterday. I don't know if that's that one, or I'm not going to drink that. I'm going to drink my water. I'm drinking my giant thing of water. I did not do well drinking my water today. My aunt came in and she's like, what is that? I said, that's my daily water. She's like, you drink that every day? I'm like, I try. I usually at least get one of these, usually sometimes 1.5 of them done. I try to drink 1.5 because I think that's a gallon. 1.25 or 1.5 of these is like a gallon. So I do try to drink one of these every day. Keeps me going, kind of. Literally going to the bathroom most of the time, but also keeps me from drying out. Totally, Oh, what else? Anybody else? Anybody else got anything to say? Anybody else doing anything? I know you all are exciting. Let me know what's going on. Me, not so. I tell you what I'm doing like every day, so I'm not very exciting. Kathleen says, oh yes, I like listening to drumming. I can feel it in my body and it's very soothing. I like when you can feel the beat, right? When you can feel the beat. That's good. I've really been into kind of more techno, EDM, that kind of music lately. Not like too far in, not like I'm not like a, I don't know, hardcore that way, but I've been listening to some of it, and I've noticed that because it has often a faster beat, kind of, it engages me better. Like I can work through things better with that. So I'm like, I need that as my theme for most of the day to keep my energy up. It's hard not drinking full out espressos and caffeine. It's hard. Like I do like a half calf. So like every one of these has 1 shot of caffeine coffee, I think, and 1 shot of non-caffeinated decaf coffee. And you would think 1 shot would be enough, but I used to drink a lot of caffeine. So I think my body's just like, meh, it's okay. If anything, it just probably makes my anxiety worse. But I need a little bit sometimes, right? In addition to my water. Bonnie says, what's for dinner? I have no idea what I'm going to have for dinner. We have leftovers. We might eat leftovers. I have a little bit of pizza left over. So we're probably going to do that because I am going to be, if you're just tuning in, after this live, I'm going to go home, feed the kittens, and then I have maybe, they said they might come back. They said they're going to come back, but then they said, if we're not there at 7, just go home. So, but we have some women who might come in and make a bracelet or two. So I'm going to open up the store again for them. So I haven't shut anything down yet because it's like, why do that? So I don't know how late I'll be here or what I'll be doing. So I don't know what's for dinner. I don't know what's from dinner. Suzanne says, we have a termite inspector coming out tomorrow, but we already know we have termites, a southern problem. Yeah. I'm so glad we don't have to deal with that. I mean, thank goodness we don't have them. Some people get them here. We found some, it was so disgusting. We opened an upstairs window that we don't usually open, and there were some ants in there. And I was like, what is going on here? And so we had to clean those out, get those out of there and clean that all up. It wasn't a bad thing, but I'm like, why are they here? But, and I don't even know that one. I'm trying to think that window. That window is close to the grapevines, and the ants love the grapevines. They suck the juice out of the grapevines. It's sugary. So I don't know if they just decided to make a home there, but I'm glad we found them and got those out of there. So I'm sorry you have a termite problem. That's no fun. That's no fun at all. But hopefully you get that sorted out okay. Bonnie says, my son loves EDM. Yeah, I've never been to like the big EDM parties or raves or whatever they call them, what the kids are calling them these days. I have a friend, more of an acquaintance. I haven't seen him in years, but somebody I knew from Apple who runs a site called EDM Maniac, and he has a huge following, and he goes to all these places all over the world. Like he partied in Egypt. They had a dance party in front of the pyramids in Egypt, like near the pyramids in Egypt. That was the background. And I was just like, that is freaking amazing. Like I've never even seen the pyramids, let alone go down there for a party and dance. And I think that would be awesome because one of my ways of letting out energy is dancing. I like dancing. Whether I'm good at it or not, I think I'm okay at it. I think I can find a beat. I can't find it. Like I can't find a tune. I couldn't sing, but I think I can find a beat. But yeah, I think I would like to do that. I've just never done it. I've never gone to one of those. A lot of times they're in very hot places like deserts, and like all the big ones are all in very hot places. And I'm like, I'm this pale. I do not go out into the sun and dance and party. But if there was a nighttime one or a fall festival, that'd be great. Bonnie says, I have a pound of hamburger, an onion, cauliflower, and zucchini. That sounds like a meal. Hamburger, onion, cauliflower, and zucchini. Yeah, you could make zucchini or cauliflower rice, cut out the zucchini, right, down the center. That's what my grandmother used to make it. Like she would put spaghetti in the zucchini with sauce, but you could make cauliflower rice, put hamburger and onion in the zucchini, bake it with some tomato sauce or spaghetti sauce if you have it, and make a little boat, a zucchini boat. That'd be good. My grandmother also grew gigantic zucchinis, like they were like as big as this bottle, like her zucchinis. So she could really carve them out in the middle and pull out the seeds and then put the stuff, the filling inside. Sandra's making steak subs with onions and peppers. That sounds good too. And you also said you're working on your resume. I saw that up above, but I don't think I said it. So that's a good thing. That's making some progress, right? That has to feel good to make some progress on your move or potential move. Kathleen says, this isn't very exciting, but I have to have a PET scan. I had a CT scan, and there may be something near the last one on my lung. They are doing it just to be sure because it had the breast cancer 4 times. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope it all goes well for you. We don't want bad things. It's all going to be great. It's going to be clean. It's going to be good. You don't have to worry about things. I hope the best for you. Suzanne's having turkey burgers and waffle fries. A lot of meat today. You're all eating a lot of meat today. Tempting me, right? Sandra at Sweet Pea Gemstones says, I love waffle fries. I haven't had a good waffle fry in a while. I haven't had any waffle fries in a while. Let's see here. Bonnie says, that's a good idea. Thanks. Yeah, I think that'd be good, right? Somebody out there says, ooh, yes, preach girly pop. I like girly pop too. I do. Most of my favorite songs are women singers. It's just the way it is. At least for a long time growing up. And now there's some men singers I like. But yeah, Susie says, I just love pasta, zucchini, and pesto. Yeah, that's good too, right? Now I'm thinking. Norma says, I went out to lunch, so may just make an omelet for dinner. Omelet sounds good too. I do eat eggs. That is one thing, one meat product kind of I still eat. But I figure that's not alive. I didn't kill anything for that. So that's okay in my brain. Suzanne says, tomorrow we will have veggie quiche. That sounds delicious. I haven't had a quiche in a while either. I don't know why I don't make quiche. It doesn't seem like it's that hard. But yeah, I do like it. Donna says, it's so hot the garlic started to take off its cloves. That's funny. Yeah, it's getting warm, isn't it? I'm not a summer person. I'm trying to be better about that. I'm trying not to complain about the heat so much and just kind of live my life, but it is hard. It is hard because the heat, I never used to mind the heat. As a kid, I was the kid outside in shorts and no clothes other than that, generally running around the yard. But then I got vitiligo, and now I cannot be out in the sun unless I slather on the sunscreen. And while that I should do that more often, it's hard for me to do that. Like, when you have to do things you don't really want to do and then you don't do it, I should just get over that. It's been enough years. I should just get over that and put it on and then just go outside. But I'm getting better. I found a really nice sunscreen called Ginger Armor. So if you haven't heard of it yet, I highly recommend it. Ginger Armor. It is a mineral-based sunscreen. So it doesn't have all the bad junk in it that some sunscreens do, that they say can maybe potentially be cancerous, although studies are, back and forth on that. But I think it has zinc or whatever mineral it is. I think it's zinc. And it does not leave, like some mineral sunscreens leave a really kind of white powdery look. And this one doesn't seem to do that. Of course, I'm very white, so if it's white and powdery, maybe I'm not seeing it. But on a tan person, it might look different. But for me, it doesn't do that, and it actually feels kind of good. It's pretty moisturized. Like I feel like I've had a mask on or something, a cleansing mask after I take it off. So I actually kind of like it, but it's just the process, right, of putting it on and the fact that I have to do it and I shouldn't have to do it. Like I said, I should have got over that years ago, but hey. Suzanne's asking, so who's on Threads? Yeah, anyone else join Threads? Allegory Gallery's on Threads. You can follow us there. If you don't know what we're talking about, Threads is the new social network from Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, which is owned by Meta. If you don't know, they started a new thing. Since Twitter is kind of having a hard time right now, to say the least, Instagram is stepping in with Threads. So it's kind of like Twitter, kind of exactly like Twitter, but it's from Instagram. If you have an Instagram account, you can convert and open up your Threads account very easily. I did it for Allegory Gallery at like 3 or 4 a.m. last night when I was mostly asleep, because I wanted to make sure we reserved the name if we had to do anything special, but it comes right off of your Instagram page. So it just copies that same name. So that's great. I got to do it for me. I got to do it for Butcher Block Gallery. I got to do it for Star Cottage Studio and all that. But Andrew's on it too. Is Andrew Thornton Artist, I think. And so he's on Threads too. So if you're on Threads, follow us on Threads. Find us at the same thing, Allegory Gallery, and we're there, and go follow us. If we were following you from Allegory Gallery, I automatically followed everyone on Threads. So we should be following you if we followed you there. If not, you can join us, follow us there. What else is happening? Threads. I'm interested to see what happens with Threads. It's not been. It just released, I think, yesterday. They announced it, and it's kind of a soft rollout. They're not forcing it on people like sometimes, those social media companies like to push their new products. But I don't know. Andrew's using it. I haven't had time at all today. I had planned to spend some time today looking at it and setting up all the stuff, but didn't get that time yet. It is a separate app. Sandra's asking. It is a separate app download. It is its own thing, but you can import all of your information from Instagram, your bio, your links, your picture. You can import all that from Instagram, and it happens real quick. And then it's just kind of like Twitter. You see that you can re-thread something. I don't know. You can reply to people. It looked a little different to me, and I think I just need to spend some time with it. And I don't know. I want it to take off because Twitter is hard for me to justify being on right now with all the stuff that's going on and who owns it now. For me, that's a personal thing. I don't, but I also do not really want another Facebook-owned app to take over social media. But they are planning on Threads, I believe, to incorporate it into, and I'm going to forget what it is, what they call it. But it's like Mastodon. If you know Mastodon, if you've used that or any of those new ones that popped up, they're each located on a separate server. So they all come together and form this social network, but it's not owned by any one company. So from what I understand, Threads is going to move toward that thing so that if you do leave Threads, you can package up all of your data and take it with you. That's at least what I watched a video about them releasing this, and that's what they're planning to do. Now, whether that actually happens or not, because on Facebook, there is also a way to download, I don't know if you know, there's a setting in your settings, there's a way to download your Facebook data. I have tried it 10, 20 times, and it has never actually worked for me. I've never been able to download my data from Facebook, but supposedly you can. So this is supposed to be decentralized in the end, I think, but we'll see. We'll see. So I don't know. I'm a little bit torn because it's Facebook. I mean, it's Meta, it's Instagram, and I don't really want them to have another slice of the pie, really. I'd like it to be diversified a little bit, but they've got the money. Maybe they can make it a good product. I don't know. I kind of wish they wouldn't have bought Instagram, or that wouldn't have been allowed, because then we could have had a different social network. But these big companies, right? I don't know, but hopefully they'll put some, good juju in it, and it'll be a nice place to be. I don't know, but I'm going to try it out a little bit more. Andrew's been playing around with it. I saw he posted a few times, and we'll see. So if you have Threads by Instagram, I think they're actually branding it under Instagram. So it's Threads by Instagram, and follow us. Find at Allegory Gallery. Bonnie says exactly. Diversity is where we should be heading. Yeah, like, for some big company, like I don't mind Apple, and it's like the biggest company on the planet, um, or one of them anyway. But I also think they do a lot of good. Like I see what they're trying to do with the environment, and they're trying to recycle things, and they're trying to take apart computers so that they take all of the um, rare earth minerals and things out of the computers and redo them, and they try to include, like, Apple stores are very diverse environments as far as people and genders and all that. So I like them for that. Um, but the social stuff, like Facebook owning everything and Twitter going kind of down the drain a little bit. And, you know, I guess there's TikTok, um, which is, I don't know, I'm just not into it. I guess I'm just not into it. Um, I tried to get into TikTok, and I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not into. I watched. I can scroll through TikTok, but to actually want to post to TikTok, I don't have any inclination to post, and I don't know why that is. It should be fun, but I don't know. I scroll through it. I spend time scrolling sometimes, but I think I've totally taken off my phone at this point because I just don't. It's not my thing. Um, and I'm not great on Instagram. Kind of falling apart there. I don't know. I just wish there were more companies doing this. The Mastodon thing is pretty good. It's okay, but I don't know. It's there's also that thing, like, if you get on a server and the server shuts down, I don't know what happens, right? Because they're independently led servers. So and that's just me not knowing, I guess. Um, and I could probably research that and find out in a few minutes. But I just wish there was, like, more. We had more diversity in the social media and the networks we use. But you also want something from a big enough company, I guess, that it actually goes somewhere, right? Because we have joined a lot of different social media platforms that have failed, right? Um, I'm on Snapchat, but we use that kind of for family and some of my friends. But honestly, I didn't have Snapchat on my phone for months, and I didn't realize it was gone. So there's that. I just put it back on the other day because my sister-in-law shares a lot on there with the nieces and nephews. So um, I get to see pictures of them when I'm on there. Amanda says, it usually takes me a few years to get on a new social media app. With our business, we try and jump on every new one we can to make sure we grab the name, because you don't want someone else grabbing your name. So that's one thing we always stress. If you have a business and a new social media company comes out, even if it's not, like the tiny little ones, maybe not, but who knew Snapchat was going to be a big thing? Who knew TikTok was going to take off? So you got to try them, and you got to reserve your name at least. So that's why I went on at like 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning, because it's when I finally sat down to go to bed, and I was like, oh, that came out today. I should do that to make sure we got the name. But I didn't realize it just takes it from Instagram, so it's reserved anyway. Sandra says, I just joined Threads. Very easy. Yeah, it's super easy. Super easy. They do make it easy. If you have an Instagram account, they do. If you don't have Instagram, it's probably a little bit more difficult, but I don't know if you have to have an Instagram. You might have to have an Instagram account. I don't know for sure. I don't know if there's a way to sign up without one, or if it's tied only to that. Bonnie says, I'm trying to get back to some connections with in-person meetings. Yeah, right? What happened to in-person? Like, why can't we meet in person? I don't know. Social media is nice because Andrew and I are so busy that we do not have a lot of time for in-person stuff. We don't make the time, I guess, maybe, but we don't really have the time to make sometimes. So it is quick and nice to do that. But I don't know. I like social media. I do. I have found that maybe I just need to stay out of the comment sections. I love reading comments, usually more than I like reading the actual posts. Comments are addictive because you see all of, let's say, the diversity in the world, right? You see everything in the comments. But I realized that I usually read the comments, you know, it's for the drama of it, right? You get, okay, is anyone going to agree with me in these comments? Or, oh, I think this way about that. Let's see if anyone else thinks this way, or what other people are saying. So I read comments a lot. And that's more like, my social media is more about reading comments and seeing what people say about things than anything else, really. And I've realized I probably shouldn't stop that, because you do see everything. And then I get myself fired up about stuff that I don't even really care about, right? Social media, I think, is very good these days on getting people fired up on things that they don't actually really care about all that much. And I think that goes, there are some things, yes, of course, we should care about, and we should get fired up about them. But I think social media is good at sucking you in and then making you crazy sometimes, right? Hello, Danette. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you here. Bonnie says, they're easy to get on, but impossible to get off. Yeah, sometimes. Like, I feel like sometimes it's very difficult to walk away from that, because it is, for us, it is our connection with the world, because we don't have a lot of close friends in town, because we're so busy. Like, it's not like we don't have friends. It's just that we have friends, but then you can never hang out with them. So it's hard to stay in touch. So for us, social media makes friendships possible sometimes. So it is good. There are good things about it. I wish I were better at it, I wish I was also better, better at like things like FaceTime and things like that, to actually chat with people in person. But it's the same thing with phones for me. Growing up, I used to talk on the phone all the time. Like, I'd get home from school and then call my school friends, and we'd chat all night long. But I've always had this thing, like, I'm very bad about telling people, okay, I have to go now. And that's my anxiety, right? I don't like to cut people off. I don't like to, but for me, because I can't say, okay, I got to go, I'll talk to you later, bye, then I just stay on the phone and I listen and I listen. And I'm like, surely this person has a break. They're going to stop soon. They know we got to go. I'll try and give hints, right? But I'm very bad at just saying, okay, I really have to go now. And I just need to get better about that. But it stops me from liking phone calls and from doing the video calls. I don't know. I've always been like that. Even as a kid, when I was on the phone, talking with my friends, sometimes I'd be like, I really got to go, but they're not done talking, so I'm just going to listen. And then you sit there and I listen for the next hour. I'm like, I need to go. I don't know if any of you are like that. It's an anxious thing, an anxiety thing, I think. Not wanting to tell people that you need things for you. I need to go for me right now. It's hard to put myself first that way. Let's see here. Suzanne says, I'm paring down my social media and will continue due to it being an election year. Don't even remind me about that, right? But I don't have a business account, and I don't care if grandnieces, nephews, friends friend me only to ask for money later. That's no good. That's no good. Yeah, I don't know. I think if we didn't have a business, I don't know if I'd be on social. I would be on social media less. I've been on it a lot less even lately, and I don't really miss it. I'm like finding myself having to remember I need to post on Facebook today. I need to post on Instagram, which is, I think, a good thing. But at the same point, it's a business. I gotta make it. I gotta work it to keep people thinking about us, because there's a lot of other things going on that if they forget about you, then they forget about you. So I get it. Yeah. Personally, I'm not on social media much. I'm trying to spend more time. If you don't know, on the business end of things, Facebook has a business website where it's business.facebook.com, and that's where you can post for your business pages and things. And you don't see everyone else's feed. You can just go into that and just post. And I've been trying to do that more often. But I still like to keep up with everybody. Like, I'm friends with a lot of you out there, or at least I follow a lot of you, and I like to keep up as much as I can, but it's hard. It's hard, right? Oh, see you, Lorraine. I don't know if you're still here. I had to go make dinner. Bye. Hope you have a good dinner. Yeah. So social media is one of those things. I don't know. It's here for good or bad. It's staying. It's not going anywhere, right? But I do wish sometimes it was a little bit different. Yeah. What else? Anything else? Anybody have anything else? I'm trying to think. Tomorrow, I have to remind Andrew he has to do the live tomorrow because I'm going to be filming with Jen. So you should see Andrew here. I don't know what he's going to think up for you all for tomorrow. But I'm going to be filming the Saturday morning tutorial. I think Jen and I have to film 2 of them tomorrow, actually. Hopefully shorter ones so that I can get home and edit them. But anyway, I don't start editing till later. So if we leave right here from the store, I should have time, hopefully. And hopefully we'll film 2 because Jen is going to be off next week. So if you are planning to come into town next Friday, we're not going to have class. You can feel free to come in and sit with me if you already know what you're doing and just hang out and make stuff. And I can show you a little bit. And maybe I'll just have like kind of a come in, sit down and make stuff, but not a formal class. So we'll see. I don't know. But if you are planning to come in, Jen will not be here. So wire wrapping is not going to happen. I don't do great with earrings either. So if you want to make earrings or wire wrap stuff, wait till the 21st. She'll be back on the 21st and the 28th. And still working with Annie on our felting classes. I need to talk with her, but because we had this weird holiday week, I didn't see her really that much. She stopped in yesterday, but we were talking about other stuff. I didn't even get to chat about the class. She had to go. So I got to see where that stands. She's preparing everything for that. So I'm just waiting on details. For any of you waiting on details from us, I'm waiting on details from her to figure out when the felting class can be done. And we're going to have an online class for that, and we're going to have an in-person class for that. So we're going to felt a little bumblebee. I'm excited. I've never done felting before. Andrew's done it before, and he liked it. I've never done it, so I'm probably going to take the class, and we'll see what happens. But that's I'm trying to think. That's all that's going on here, really. Nothing. We're not very exciting people. We did get our grant money, though, the CEA grant that we got. The money's in the bank. So we're going to start spending that. So that's going to upgrade our filming studio a little bit. I'm excited about that. And it's going to get some jewelry benches for Butcher Block Gallery. And we're going to hopefully start getting Butcher Block Gallery up and running. We kind of picked September is hopefully when we're going to open. So we gotta hustle. The building's in good shape. We don't have a lot to do. We're probably going to paint, change the color inside. It's pretty dark. I think we want it a little bit brighter, maybe. But other than that, we got to get the benches in there and the tools, and that's start up classes up there. Hopefully we'll have classes starting in the fall at Butcher Block Gallery, which I think will be great. You know, a lot of people have wanted to take classes, and we just, the cottage is a harder place to do it. One, not having a bathroom, that's hard. But even if we did, it's kind of our space. Like, we've done some private classes there, but it's definitely our space, and it's set up for how we use it. And when you start teaching classes, you have to have everything, cleaned up and ready. And for us, it's easier if we can have our projects going and not have to clean them all up, right? Clean them all up. So, yeah. Norma says, I'm excited about the felting class, and I have a friend who wants to take it too. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun. But we're going to felt a bumblebee. And I pinned that to the top of the Allegory Gallery Facebook timeline. So if you don't know what I'm talking about with the bumblebee, you can do that. You can check that out. But if you sign up for our email list, that's where we're going to push probably the information about that the most, is on the email list. So make sure you join. Also the text message list. Susie says, what is Butcher Block Gallery? I missed that. Butcher Block Gallery is our building in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. So we bought a building last year in Johnstown with some help from some very kind angel investors who helped us get that building. And we are turning it into a teaching / working gallery. So we're going to have some of Andrew's jewelry and I think metalwork up there. He's going to hustle to make some new stuff. We're probably going to have some of our enamel pieces on display and for sale up there. We're going to teach classes on ring making and pendant making, bezel setting, and some various other metal things. Maybe if we get a kiln up there, we might do enameling. I don't know what all we're going to get into. But right now, I don't think a kiln is in the budget, but we might add that at some point. And we're going to teach those kind of classes in Johnstown. And I'm sure we'll put out a full schedule of classes we want to teach and all that. So, and the idea we had is the building is in an underprivileged area. The area was a super posh area at one point. There were very big houses, nearly like mansion-size houses there. But then that was when the steel mills were in town, in Johnstown, and most of the higher-ups lived in Moxham, which is where our building is. But we put sorry, I just lost my train of thought because I had a comment I had to deal with. So that area of the town went Section 9 housing for a while. I think it still might be. There are still buildings at least there that are. And when that happened, they advertised in Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, in the big cities, that there was low police presence and no crime. And so when you advertise that kind of thing, sometimes crime moves in. If you tell people that, you tell the crime that there's a low police presence. And I've seen ads where they actually said that. I think it was meant to be like a selling point, come in, it's a nice place to live, but it meant the other thing. So a lot of crime moved into the area, I guess. I mean, there's still a lot of families there that live there. Don't get me wrong, people take care of their places there generally, but there are some rundown areas too. So because it's in that area, we're probably going to try to reach out to some of the schools in the area, like the high school. And when we do classes at Butcher Block, we're hoping, as long as we can, budget it, we're hoping that every class we have, we can at least offer one space for like an underprivileged youth who can come in and take the class for little or no money. And hopefully, get people who may not, classes are expensive these days. Like if you take a class to make jewelry making, or, like blacksmithing, like Andrew takes, some of these classes are $500, $600, $700, $800, $900. Generally, you're not going to find a class for under $300. And we know that a lot of people can't afford that. I would have had a hard time affording that growing up, even if I was super interested in it. So I was lucky I had some family that spoiled me for certain things, but I know a lot of people don't. And so we're trying to make sure that if young kids want to learn this stuff, it gives them another option in life, right? Because really, when you break it down, a lot of the metalworking tools that you need to do a lot of this don't have to cost a lot of money. So if they get a chance to experience this and learn how to do it, then hopefully we can set them on a path where they can grow into doing this, or maybe it becomes something that they learn how to do and it at least helps support their income. Or, you never know. Arts and things are being taken out of schools, and we just want to be a place where people can come and learn. And you know, we've already had people being like, "Whoa, you're going to give someone a free space in class, and I have to pay?" And I'm like, "Can you afford it? Do you come from a place where you can afford that? Then, yeah. But if you come from a very underprivileged family and you don't have a lot of, those kind of benefits in life, then let's give back, right?" Amanda says, the felting class looks great. You said it will be available to purchase and take online. Yes, it will. It will. Suzanne says, classes are expensive. Correct. There are some herpetology classes I'd like to take, but are big money. Yes. Yeah, classes are crazy. That's why Andrew applies to every scholarship and every grant. A lot of his classes have come free because of that to us. But I know that there are people who, kids who don't have that ability. I'm sure some of these people don't have even computers in their house. And, it's hard for them. So we're hoping that we're able to do that and fit it in where we can teach, some of the underprivileged youth in that area. It's really important to us to give back because we both grew up with not a lot of money, and we know what that's like to have your options. Like my options growing up were not, if you grew up in a big city, even if you didn't have a lot of money, you had options around, right? You had places you could go, usually free, go to museums, go to, free concerts, or, things like that, open mic nights, things that you can go into. I didn't have that. It was me, it was my family. We were very close, but we had to be. There wasn't much around. And so for us, it's very important that we try to give back and open up worlds to people, maybe that at least this creative world to people who may not have that chance. So that's Butcher Block Gallery. That's what it is. That's what we plan to do there. The long way around, but it's been through a number of different things. We weren't sure at first. At first, it was just going to be a destination gallery, and we wanted to do more with it, though. So now it's going to be like a working gallery / teaching space, and hopefully teach some stuff, learn some stuff. We both like teaching. We both enjoy that, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, is that it? Anybody have anything else? What time is it? My watch died. What time is it? Just about 6:30. That gives me enough time to go home, feed the kittens, and get back here for the women who wanted to come in and take the class, take a bracelet making class or something. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you had fun. I had fun chatting with you all. And again, Andrew should be with you tomorrow unless he has something else planned. I didn't see anything on the calendar, but sometimes his stuff doesn't get into the calendar because it's sometimes last minute. So I don't know if he has anything, but I think he'll be doing the live tomorrow. So you should see him. And if not, then have a good weekend. But from me, anyway, have a good weekend anyway, because I won't see you tomorrow. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you take some time for yourself and to renew, right? We all need that time. I need some renewal time myself. I might go out into the woods. I've been talking to a lot of people about hiking lately. A lot of people are coming into town because we have so many trails and things here. And so it's been a big point of conversation. And I kind of want to just go out into the woods a little bit. So I might maybe make some time to do that this weekend. We'll see. If not, maybe Monday when that's my day off. I might take some time and go to the woods. I'm still trying to convert to be more of a morning person. It's not easy. It's not going well. But I envision my life like waking up and just jumping in the car, like getting dressed, of course, jumping in the car and going into the woods for a part of the morning. And I think that's one way I might be able to figure out how to enjoy my mornings is by being in the woods, because I miss that. I grew up near woods. My grandparents had woods, and we'd always go for walks through trails and things. So I think maybe I'm going to try and convince myself to get up early, take the cats out for a walk, go into the woods, and then come back and start my day. So we'll see if that works. I don't know. Yeah, I'm also trying to exercise more. Trying to do that. Not easy. If you're local and you're looking for an exercise buddy, let me know, because I'm not very self-motivated. I also don't have a lot of time, so I usually work out in the evenings, but maybe mornings. I don't know. If I find a workout buddy or two and we just do morning stuff, maybe that'll get me going. Anyway, I'm just rambling now. Thank you for joining in. It was fun to chat with you all. If you need anything, remember we are still having a sale in the online store. 1776 is the discount code. The year of independence, 1776. Save 21% off everything at allegorygallery.com. And that'll go on through the end of the day, Saturday, until 11:59 p.m. Saturday night. Then the sale is over. So if you want anything for the Summer of Fantasy calendar, for any of those prompts, you need anything like an AG wooden pendant, that's one of the prompts. Amber, that's one of the prompts. Garnets, no, emeralds. Emeralds, that was the prompt today. If you missed that, like I said, you don't have to do these in any order. You can do them out of order. You can skip some if you want to. The more you do, the more fun it is. Just like the more people who do it, the more fun it is. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, Summer of Fantasy, go to our blog, check out the Summer of Fantasy. The calendar's there, everything's there. This is just the start to the Summer of Fantasy, July. So we have more coming for you. And we have a lot of good things on the way, too. Andrew's been ordering some things. We have new stuff coming in. I think we're going to have some more sea glass, some more of the galaxy glass or mermaid glass. We have some stuff coming in. Seed beads, vintage seed beads. So we're going to get to all that, hopefully, well, once it arrives and we get it sorted. But we'll have that. We'll be showing that off on some of these lives, I'm sure, if you need some of that, and also getting it into the online store coming up in the next week or two, maybe. We'll see when it all gets here. But that's that. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for chatting with me. And I will see you Monday, if not before. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye now.